Here's a delightful thing I was given at the Nuremberg Toy Fair around about 18, 19 years ago, 2002. They're using the old coinage. By then it was old because the euros are coming in. This is using old 2 Pfennig coins. I don't know whether you ever remember seeing these old German coins. I certainly do because I lived in Germany for a while, but 2 Pfennig coins. And on the back where the thing is, it actually gives the value, but it's all obscured by the top. But there should be a two of two there for 2 Pfennigs. 2 Pfennigs. He's mounted it, the guy who's making a load of these and gave them to me, in a very nice plastic spindle, which makes a beautiful effect. So he gave me 2 of them. One works better than the other. And then just for fun, he showed me his first prototype, which was just using the Pfennig, drilling a hole very nice and central. It has to be very, very central, that hole. Otherwise, you haven't got even, when it's going around, it wobbles too much. And all he's done is put a little bolt through it with a screw thread, with a nut either side to hold it. So this is how they perform actually on a plate. The one that's porous was his prototype, which only does a rather rough and ready one. If I can get it to go a little more upright, it'll last a bit longer than that. But it hasn't got a proper point it's spinning on, so it goes all over the place. So that's not so bad. But the other ones are, one of them is a little bit off center at the very top of the spindle and wobbled a bit to one side to side. That's the one that's perfect. Look at that. That actually goes on for a heck of a long time. I actually timed it. It was on and on and on and on. The other one, by contrast, not quite as long because the top of the spindle is a little bit distorted, and you see it's whirring a bit there. You can see I can see a little ghosting effect there. Whereas this is absolutely perfect, this one here, and that just goes on and on. I won't keep going because it's extraordinary how well balanced they are. So a delightful, great thing from and actually from the inventor too at the time. So that was great. Then there's an extraordinary, I'm not sure where this came from at the time, but this is a most extraordinary thing. It's a heavy desk weight for stopping papers blowing around in the wind, and it's got some blank sides, and it's got a blank bottom there, and it's got a blank side there. But the interesting bit is round on the front, where if I get it in the right position, there we are. We've got a blue cylinder with a nice sort of checkered or wavy background, and then around here we've got a pink cylinder. And if we do it halfway, we'll get half of one and half of the other. And if we look over the top, we see it's all done by the graphics on the base there. Very nicely done. So it makes a very nice little optical effect of switching from one to the other, morphing from one to the other, and then looking over the top to see how it's been done. Very heavy. I don't know, it's a plastic, not glass, but it really is very heavy, and that would stop a lot of papers being blown around the office if someone left the window open. The last item is just one of these little can things which I like, and this particular year had 2 extraordinary mechanisms for opening the can. One is very popular and it was invented in the 1930s. This one here, this is just a quirky idea. I'll show you this one first because it's ridiculous. It's to actually open this, you unzip it. Have you ever thought of unzipping a can? Well, you do for this one, I'm afraid. And inside it, probably some sweets if I've left it there. Yeah, there's a bag of sweets there I can have. Ooh, there we are. And it's a perfectly good little can, but to have zippers is quite crazy. Never been copied. It's very, very tongue-in-cheek, really. Whereas this one here is a lovely idea from 1930s. It's a bistable. This thing here at the top is rather like a frog click. It's at the moment it's grasping the thing. When I push it like that, you hardly notice, but that actually springs open. And now, again, there's sweets inside. Now I've showed this click, 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 and then click the side of it, or click the top anyway. But when you put it on, you have it spread out. You push it like that, and to close it, all I'm going to do is squeeze. I'm going to have to squeeze those little pieces. When I squeeze like that, they're all clicked together, and that is quite firmly holding now. That's a brilliant idea. That has had a big, big relaunch since it was first produced in the 30s, I think. I've started to see these on lots and lots of different tins because it's such a neat one. Just that to open, that to close, that to open, that to close. It couldn't be simpler. Very, very nice. Whereas only that was unique, and I think it's just tongue-in-cheek thing. So it was a good year, though. 5 nice things.